Welcome to N.W.J, the world's most dangerous boxing platform. Except I'm not talking boxing right now. Um, Try something a little different. Something I've been noticing. First of all, I'd like to introduce you to my lovely co-host, Mystery Woman.
Hi, again.
And we're going to talk about why it seems so hard for people to stay together nowadays. You know, people start off hot and heavy, then it fizzles out in about maybe a couple months or a year or two. They say year three usually marks the end of the couple. I hate the word relationship. Sounds corny, and I'm a G. But you roll your eyes.
Yes, I did. Does that throw you off?
Yeah, that threw me off. But why don't you think people stay together anymore? Like, or is this society too selfish, or what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like people either have a really weird misconception of what it takes for a relationship based off of like social media or just seeing something from the outside, or they are too selfish with themselves. I think it's important to prioritize yourself, but I think there has to be like a balance where you're also caring about the person too and not just acting out of selfishness.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you can just take a quick stroll or scroll down Instagram and see it's all about me, 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 and more me. And when people are together, I like to say you have to flip the M to a W. The me changes to we. You can have that one. You know what I mean? um, yeah, it's like back in the days, like in the 50s and 60s, couples stayed together. You know, even if a husband and wife didn't get along, they would stay together for the betterment of the family. And they just find a way to work it out. But nowadays, people think the grass is greener, and then they go to the next person that don't work. So you become a serial dater, and then you start to question the whole gender. So why do you think couples took to stay together back in the days?
I don't, I don't really know because I don't, you know, on top of me not really growing up around that period, I don't really remember
But you
specific
saying I grew up in the
relationships.
'60s? I didn't grow up in no '60s. I didn't grow up in the '60s either, but why do you think, like, I know you didn't grow up then, but why do you think they were seem to be more disciplined inside of a marriage? Like, what made them stick it out?
I think that's like what you said. Like they looked at it from a traditional aspect, whereas like now it's more of like a feeling of liberation. But I feel like another problem with like serial dating is everybody just jumps into everything. Like nobody really wants to process on their own like what did and didn't work. So they end up carrying past stuff into new things, and then they just everything just ends up being scattered instead of just putting your whole self into a relationship after you've healed those wounds and you're able to actually care about a person.
Dr. Phil, you might lose your job. We got a mystery woman's coming for your job, Dr. Phil, and she's giving better advice.
And I'm not bald, so.
Yeah. And she doesn't have that annoying accent. No, but I guess that's, just my take. I guess some people like his accent, but
Let's
not,
turn it to a completely different topic. Now you're talking
yeah,
about his
now,
accent.
yeah. Sorry, Dr. Phil. I got nothing against you, man. Don't watch your show though.
I don't watch it either.
Yeah, but yeah. I know shows like Love and Hip Hop and all these shows don't really make black folks in general look too. I'm off kind of on a different topic now. Now I'm talking about how black folks look around the world, but it doesn't make us look good when all these reality shows show people fighting and backbiting. I think all this stuff just helps tear down the family and marriage, and just makes marriage look crazy if people can't be loyal. What happened to loyalty?
That's a whole nother topic in itself. I think again it comes from like because a lot of other places too, like they either have like an individualistic or a collectivist approach, and I feel like again like that balance is good, but people feel like a little bit too much into the individualistic mindset is like narcissism, but I think like a little bit of like processing and again prioritizing yourself would help with that collectivist, because you can't really expect everything to be perfect, or you can't really go in with other expectations based off of like your ego that you clearly didn't take care of before if things are just like turning into a pattern.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like people romanticize each other more than like the actual person. That's probably why loyalty is so hard, because you really don't feel like you know someone. You just like the idea of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, some people like the idea of marriage rather than when they actually get into it. They're like, "Oh, this ain't what I signed up for," you know. And then people start nitpicking, like, "Oh, you left the cap off the toothpaste," and that's really not what they're mad at. It's really they're mad at something deeper. They're just using that to, I guess vent or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is it a Western culture thing? I'm sure marriages work out a little different, and maybe I don't know about Europe, but maybe Africa.
Africa.
Yeah,
Maybe. I mean,
Jamaica.
you're gonna bust out your Jamaican accent again.
Yeah, man. Seen Seckle, man. Jamaican
no,
rude boy.
No, it's okay.
Dandada.
It's okay.
You know, want to test me, man,
I should have never said anything, actually. But yeah, I think it might be a Western thing, especially with like everything that we consume, whether that be like, social media or TV or just like outside influences. I feel like we're internalizing everything and we're not really looking at what we're internalizing.
She brought that deepness. We're internalizing, y'all. That's what we're doing. we taking whatever, we just internalizing.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's that knowledge, yo. Yeah, she's from the Bay Area. I'm from 619, San Diego. Yay. And we all know San Diego is...
Don't do that. Do not go into this again. Because first and foremost...
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching. Let us know in the comments why you think relationships don't really last. I know we live in a microwave society. Everything's fast paced, and relationships too. People want what they want right then. They don't want to stick it out. So that's part of it. What you think?
I agree.
Like I said, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. LSR forever. Let's make sure this page takes off like a car with the brakes off. That's bars. You can have that.